What's going on, guys? Team Mark here, and today we are going to be talking about the setting and the storyline behind the Black Ops 3 campaign. So as you guys know, a couple of days ago, we got our single player trailer, and it really didn't clear up all that much. Like, it gave us a little bit of base information, but the rest of the campaign is still kind of shrouded in mystery. We don't quite know how it lines up with the previous Black Ops games and how it fits into the trilogy. And it's going to be really interesting to see because they've kept it under wraps this year. Well, I did find some new stuff that I wanted to share with you guys because I found it pretty interesting, and I just I think this is going to be by far the most expansive and intricate campaign that we've ever had in Call of Duty. It's going to be pretty cool. So first up, let's check out this interview with Mark Lamia, the studio head of Treyarch.
Will we possibly be doing, I know Black Ops is famous for flashing back from the future to the past. Can we expect a bit of time travel in this one?
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
We're gonna mess with you.
Alright, so as you guys can tell by that reaction and that sly little look that he gave us, of course there's going to be lots of flash forwards and flashbacks and kind of jumping all over the place as we become accustomed to in the Black Ops series. Well, I think we're going to have that, except tenfold this time. Like, I think it's going to be way more intense than it's ever been before. So what I'm talking about is in that single player trailer we just got a couple of days ago, there's this scene right here where a tank comes bursting through this wall, and it kind of, it's super intimidating. It like moves and points at you and stuff like that. I didn't really think too much about this scene at first, but I did a little bit of research and I found out that this tank right here is actually a Tiger II tank. That's kind of like the common name for it. And it's a German heavy tank from World War II. It's like the Germans' main heavy tank. And that's crazy because that dates back to the 1930s and 40s, over 100 years before Black Ops 3 is taking place. If you guys don't know, it's taking place in 2065. That's like the main setting of Black Ops 3. So here we have, in the single player story trailer, something from over 100 years before that, really closer to 125. So that's pretty insane, to be going back that far. The only other plot point of World War II that we've had in the Black Ops series is Project Nova in Black Ops 1. You guys remember that like ship out in the Arctic Circle, and Reznov and his companions attack the base and they end up getting counterattacked and they have to get out of there and stuff like that. So that was the only, kind of like World War II era mission we've ever had in the Black Ops series, unless you're counting World at War, because it's obviously all World War II. But anyway, so, we have this tank here, but also if you look behind the tank, which a lot of people weren't paying attention to, I wasn't either, you can see there's a frozen forest, and there were a lot of references to a frozen forest in all of Dr. Salim's Snapchats that we got like months and months ago, back in like May or something like that. So the frozen forest, I think, is alluding to the Battle of the Bulge, which was a major offensive campaign towards the end of World War II, and you guessed it, it was launched by Germany, which is where that Tiger II tank comes from. So this is definitely hinting back towards World War II. And I think that's absolutely, like, we're going to have World War II stuff going on in this game. And that's crazy. So the series started, if you want to include World at War, we'll count that. So the World at War was in the 1940s. Black Ops 1 moved to the 1960s. Black Ops 2 had two eras. There was the Black Ops 2 Past, which was in the 1980s, and then the Future, which was in the 2020s. Then in Black Ops 3, of course, the main part of the game is set in 2065, but now we're seeing that there's a lot of hints and things going back to World War II in the 1940s, so that spans 120 years right there. And on top of that, we've even had other, kind of like hints and little pieces of information of stuff in between those two. So it's not just in the 2060s and 1940s, we've seen things from like the 70s and 80s and stuff like that. Like, you guys remember those Snapchats back in the day? We saw stuff from Vietnam. We saw this right here. This is one of them, the Sikorsky UH-62 Black Hawk chopper, which was first released in 1979. Like, we are all over the place. And, it doesn't really make sense now how this is tying in to the other series. We don't see any familiar characters. We don't see any familiar names or things like that. But it spans this entire time period. Like Black Ops 3, it seems like it's going to be the craziest campaign of all time because it's taking place over the course of a century. Like, you're going back and forth over the course of a century, which is pretty insane. So yeah, I just want to share that with you guys. I found it kind of interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I look forward to seeing how this all ties together. I'm hoping that there's some kind of like character ties. Like, I'm hoping it's not just like a plot line tie, like the world's growing. You know, obviously, like Menendez blew up all the drones, so then the war kind of like ended. The U.S. had to rebuild their fleets, and they ended up in Black Ops 3. You know, I don't want it to be like that. I'm hoping there's some character ties in this thing. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I wanted to see what you guys thought of this, because I thought it was pretty insane to be talking about going over 100 years for a campaign. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys later. Check out these two videos if you haven't seen yet. Peace out.